Hey everybody, my name is Frank. Welcome to Breaking 80 Over 50. If this is your first time here, let's get you up to speed. It's pretty simple. In my youth, I played a little golf. Never seriously, just having fun out on the course with friends. Many years later, with the world no longer revolving around kids and school and sports, I found myself with a void to fill. Enter golf. What started as a one-time thing to spend a day on the course with my son turned into a full-blown obsession. New clubs, lessons, YouTube golf addiction. In 2024, I broke 100 for the first time. In 2025, I broke 90, and now I'm trying to find a magical round in the 70s. How close have I gotten? Well, I shot 80 on my 58th birthday in June. Honestly, though, golf is so much more than putting up a score. It's a journey, and I wanted to share it with you. Because it's not easy. It is a grind. But when are things worth doing easy? So, if you're on your own journey, just know you're not alone. There are people all over the world fighting the same battles, saying, I love this game 1 minute, and I hate golf the next. There's nothing else like it. I appreciate you being here. Let's get to this week's show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. It has been a wild couple of weeks for me, and gotta say, thankful to be employed and working for a good organization, but man, I'm getting too old for 16-hour workdays, and saw quite a few of them over the last couple of weeks, which is why I took a week away from the podcast, but things have settled back down a little bit, so was back on the course this weekend, and we'll let you know how that went. It's the longest break I've had all year. 2 full weeks without swinging a golf club. Not just, not playing golf, not practicing, nothing. Did not touch a golf club for 2 weeks, so it probably sounds like not much to a lot of people, because I think in areas of the world where there is an off season, you could go months without touching a golf club. But because I live in South Florida where you can play golf year round, it's unusual. So it also, I think, came at a good time. If you go back through the last couple of podcasts, especially the last one, and heard from a couple of people that they could hear the frustration in the podcast, and that's fine because I was frustrated. So, like I said, break probably came at a good time. Before I get into round recaps and how my weekend went, I wanted to talk a little bit about, have you seen that the big break is coming back? So this is an old, I guess, golf reality show where people play for an opportunity to play on the PGA Tour, and it's back, and it's being brought back by the Golf Channel and Good. I watched a video, which is a big break qualifier. It was about 53 minutes long, I think. 3 contestants. The winner would be on the big break show, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Again, a little over 50 minutes, 9 holes, 3 contestants, good golf, moved along at a great pace. I really enjoyed it. And I talked about in a podcast a little while ago, the YGT, which has a bunch of YouTube golfers, people that I really like. And man, it kind of broke me to YouTube golf because it was so long, and I did make my way through it, but it really felt like I had to force my way through it. Like trying to get through, you go to visit family and someone makes dinner for you. You sit down, you don't want to offend anybody by not cleaning your plate, but it's hard work to get through the meal. And that's what that felt like to me. And ever since, usually I love Grant and the Bryan brothers, and they do their major cut videos. I haven't been able to get through one. I don't know. Just something broke inside me while watching YGT. We'll see. we'll see if it comes back to. But this was a nice break, and I did. I really enjoyed the big break qualifier, and the season starts August 25th. So by the time this podcast comes out, the big break will have begun. And I look forward to watching it and maybe talking about it on the podcast. But as I mentioned, was really limping through August, a lot going on at work. Took a couple of weeks off to get through the worst of it, and was back out on the course this past weekend. Saturday morning was joined by Al, just me and Al. And I've talked about Al before. Al is in his mid 80s, still out on the golf course, and he plays from the gold tees. Normally I play from the whites, but it was just me and Al this weekend. So I joined him and played from the gold tees. Not that long ago. So actually, if you go back to episode 26, the episode was called Is the Quest Over? Breaking 80 was in play. And that was the last time that I had played from the gold tees. And on that day, I went out and shot 80 on the nose. And during the podcast, I asked about how should I feel about that? Moving up a set of tees, shooting 80, would it have really counted if I had shot 79 on that day? Well, let me tell you, I went back again to the gold tees on Saturday and shot a 91. So with that context, made me feel a little better that I did play good golf on that day when I went out and shot an 80. And the good thing about Saturday is, like I said, hadn't played in 2 weeks, knew my golf game wasn't where it needed to be. And even when I have played, have not been able to get out to practice. Just work has really gotten to a place where that's it. I try to get out and play my weekend rounds of golf. But beyond that, where earlier in the year, I was hitting balls 3 days a week in addition to playing golf. Haven't been able to do it. So went out on Saturday, put up a 91, but started the day with really relatively low expectations. Just wanted to go out and have a good time. And I did. It was, in terms of weather, I would say it's one of the nicer days than we've had in a while. It was hot, but it's been hotter, and I enjoyed being out there with Al. We got in a round of golf in about 3 hours and 45 minutes. And it was really, to me, just the warm up to kind of get the swing back in place, and then hopefully go out and have a better Sunday, which takes us to Sunday. So on Sunday, I was joined by regular playing partners, Jake and Steve, and we also had Bill out on Sunday. Now, Bill, if you go back to episode 5, I first met and talked about in an episode that I called New Friends and Frozen Iguanas. I love golf. So hadn't seen Bill in a while. It was good to see him. Good to have him back out on the course with us. Warmer day on Sunday. And Sunday tee time's a little later. Saturday, 7:30, Sunday's 8:30. And I had initially intended to get up, get out to the course early, and hit some balls before the round of golf. But as my morning got going, I'll tell you, I'm still tired. It's been a long week. And I just thought about that the round of golf was likely going to be 4 hours. Do I want to be out there an hour early and put in a 5th hour in what would likely be 100-degree heat? And I decided to shy away from it and hoped that it wouldn't hurt me. And that with yesterday's warm up, I'd get out and get off to a better start. So Sunday morning, it was quiet on the course, had twosome in front of us. We teed off as 4 and didn't really see anybody behind us. So it looked like it was going to be a good day on the golf course. First hole's par 5, hit a short drive just left of the fairway. And it's always 3 shots into the green. So had a long way in, decided was not going to take any hero shots. So pulled 6-iron. I hit the 6-iron thin, but out into the middle of the fairway, left myself about 120 yards in, hit a pitching wedge that I hit a little fat and left short, about 20 yards short left of the pin. And so that's 3 shots. Didn't hit any of the 3 of them real well, but about 20 yards in, I hit a great chip shot to a foot and made my putt for par. Second hole, par 4. Started my drive down the center of the fairway, but hit a draw, so it was moving right to left, and it landed in the left rough. I had about 110 yards in, and it can be a tricky little shot because from that angle, it's a small green, have to carry a bunker to go over a bunker to the green. And if you go too far, there is a bunker behind the green. So small target, but for the first time, and not like, it's the second hole, made really good contact with the ball from 110 yards out, hit an approach wedge, landed just on the front of the green and rolled to an inch of going in. One more revolution, and it would have been my first ever recorded eagle, but I had to settle for a tap in birdie and was 1 under 3-2. Third hole, it's a par 3, was playing 150 yards. I hit an 8-iron into the green, landed about 25 feet right of the flag, but pretty simple 2-putt for par. Move on to the fourth hole. And this hole has been my nemesis, real issue over the last month or two. It's water all down the left-hand side, pull 6-iron, and I hit just as good a 6-iron as I could possibly hit. Started down the right side with a draw, right back in the middle of the fairway. And the funny is, I almost hit it too well. Usually that club leaves me 100 yards in. Today I had 75 yards, which is less than a full 56. And again, tricky little shot because I need to take a little off, but if I take too much off, I don't carry the water that's in front of the green. So did hit the 56, took a little off, a little too much, but landed just on the fringe in front of the green, was able to putt up onto the green, left about a foot for par, made my par putt. I am 1 under through 4. Move on to the fifth hole. Push driver way right, out into the 6th fairway. But the good news is that it was so far right that getting over the trees, so there's trees that separate the 5th and the 6th fairway, it wasn't a problem. If you don't hit it far enough right, you got to hit something low under the trees. I was far enough out. Trees really weren't an issue. It's about 120 yards in, hit a wedge up over the trees, onto the green, another 2 putts for par. So I am now 5 holes in and 1 under par. Move on to the 6th. Hit an absolute just bomb with driver. Hit the fairway, but there is a hill out in the middle of the fairway. And if you don't hit it dead center, ball's a little bit to the right, roll right, ball's a little bit to the left, roll left. So my ball rolled right and just into the first cut of rough, but fine, good spot. And only had 90 yards in. I don't know if I've ever hit a drive that far on that hole to have 90 yards in. Now, the challenge in hindsight was that, again, there's this hill that moves everything to the right. So my feet were above the ball, and I didn't take that enough into consideration. I hit a good shot, hit the ball well, but because of the lie, I left it right. And to the right of the green is a bunker that runs along most of the right-hand side of the green. So my approach shot goes in the bunker. If you've been here before, you know that I have had some bunker woes. Get to the bunker, ball's pin high. Again, my distance was right, but have a long bunker shot that I blade thin. And it just kind of squirts out of the bunker, but well right of my target. And on the green, which is good news, but about 25 feet right of where I'd like to be. So walked out of the bunker feeling blessed that I didn't hit it well, but it is on the green. 2 putt from there for bogey. So after 6 holes, I am even par. So I'm going to pause here for a second. The next 3 holes, 7, 8, and 9 are a par 3, a par 4, and a par 5. So again, 6 holes in, I'm even. Even par on the front is 36. Get a number in your head. What do you think I shot on the front 9? You ready? Let's keep going, and I'll tell you how it went. So move on to the 7th hole, par 3. I was playing about 160 into the wind a little bit, and the green is elevated a little. So took a little more club than what I would normally need, that 7-iron in hand, and hit a massive pull hook that went out of bounds left. Just nowhere near the green, nowhere near the target. Just a terrible golf swing. Never found the ball. Deep, deep rough. This is where the pros have the advantage of having spotters out there that may have found that ball. We did not, even though everybody helped me try to look for it a little bit. So took the stroke penalty, dropped. So I'm dropping 2, hitting 3, and I was fine. I was okay. You know, it was a bad shot. Hit it out of bounds. Let's just get up and down, and we're still fine. So take the drop. I have to hit a pitch up over a bunker. Plenty of green to work with. Honestly, it's a relatively simple pitch. Couple of practice swings, loved them, brushed the grass exactly like I wanted to, move over the ball, take my real swing, and almost miss the ball. The ball trickles forward and just into the bunker, now leaving me a long bunker shot. So that was my 3rd. So now on my 4th shot, I have got a long bunker shot. Back to the bunker woes. My 4th shot does not get out of the bunker, which means I've got to hit my 5th shot, which does get out of the bunker, does get onto the green, and 2 more putts, and I am in for 7 on the par 3 7th. Again, thought, you know what? Rough hole. It's okay. Didn't go my way. Let's just get it back together and we will be fine. Move on to the 8th. I hit my drive. I had a good drive. It'd be a little thin, not as the distance wasn't quite there, but again, fine. Middle of the fairway, had, I believe, 130 yards in. Hit my next shot fat, so was left still with 35 yards in. That one, so second shot fat, third shot I have 35 yards that I blade over the green, and over on this hole is just death. There's trees, there's a fence, just not good. Bladed over the green. I'm in a terrible spot, terrible lie. So my 4th shot, I blade back over the green in the other direction. So I was in front of the green, bladed over to the back. I'm in back of the green, bladed over to the front. Now I've basically given up on hitting chip shots. So I had a good bit of fringe between me and the green. So the 5th shot was from the front again. Putted, was on in 5, 2 putts to make 7. So a triple on 8. So quad on 7, triple on 8. We move on to the 9th hole. 9th hole is par 5. Put my drive in the fairway, but short. Got under it, got it way up in the air. Not a great drive. But again, it's okay. Par 5, it's always 3 shots to get in anyway. Pulled a hybrid, needed probably 175 yards to lay up. Hit that one thin. Now I don't really have, I'm 220 in. I don't really have a shot in to the green. So it's okay. Pull out pitch and wedge. We're just going to hit one up 100, 120 yards, leave ourselves 100 yards in. I hit that one fat. It moved forward 30 or 40 yards. Now I'm left with, I'm on to my fourth shot, and I still have 170 into the green. At this point, decided, got to go for it, pull the hybrid, which I slice, luckily, I guess, into trees that, so on the ninth hole, you have to carry water into the green. So I hit trees on my side of the water. Ball comes straight down, but where it comes down, I don't have a shot in because of the trees. So my fifth shot, I've got to chip sideways to a place where I have a shot into the green. Sixth shot, 75 yards out, carry the water onto the green, 2 putts for 8 to finish. So after being even par through 6, quad on 7, triple on 8, triple on 9, I shoot 46 on the front. And it's unbelievable. Now, you could listen to this and you could say that the pressure built right through those first 6 holes, and I got to a place where I couldn't handle the success. But I don't think so. Like, I really didn't feel it. I still really had very low expectations of the day. I mean, was playing good golf, was hitting the ball well, and the wheels just came off. It is truly an amazing thing that can play even par golf through 6 holes and then be 10 over in the last 3 to be 10 over on the front. It's crazy. And after that, it was just more of the same. So it's not really bogey on 10, bogey on 11, par on 12. Now, 12 was an interesting hole. 12 was a par 5. I hit a great drive. I had 220 in, and I had told Bill, who I was with, I said, I have never hit one of these par 5s in 2 out here. Never. Said, so I'm going for it today. Got 220. I pulled 3 wood, and I hit it every bit of 220. But just a little left. And a little left meant it was into a greenside bunker, which, as you've probably come to learn, is not a good thing. So, but still, greenside bunker in 2. I hit that bunker shot about as cleanly as you can hit it to the sand, over the green, way over the green. Had 30 yards back in, but another great chip shot from 30 yards out, left myself probably 10 feet for par, made that putt, and walked away with what was just a wild par. Double on 13, double on 14, double on 15, bogey on 16, bogey on 17, bogey on 18, for a 47 on the back and a 93 on the day. It's just where I'm at right now. It is. On the good side, I drove the ball pretty well all day. I did not have a single 3-putt on Sunday, which was great. 31 total putts on the day. Not fantastic, but eliminating 3 putts is a good thing. And it's the same struggles. It's the struggles I've been having here for a while. Now, the bunker struggles go way back, but the struggles I'm talking about are with my irons. And I do feel like I'm working through it a little bit. I hit some better shots, obviously, through the first 5 or 6 holes. And I get a little wristy sometimes, and tried to settle that down, and it helped. So I think I'm on the right track. Who knows? I could be on the complete wrong track, but there are still moments of good golf there. There are. Is it frustrating that I can't carry it through 18 holes? Of course it is. I mean, even if I could have just played bogey golf the rest of the way, it would have been a good day. But the doubles, the triples, the quadruples, they come with they don't come from little misses. They come from big misses. And I had some big misses on Sunday, and it cost me a lot of strokes. But again, to get through that, I've got to practice. I've got to work through some of these things, and I just have not had the time. But I'm getting there. I think I'm close to getting back to a place where I'm going to be able to find some time to practice in addition to the weekend rounds. So what number did you write down? What number did you have in your head when I was even par through 6? Did you have faith in me? Did you believe I was going to go out there and shoot a 38, or did you write down 45? I'd be surprised if anybody thought I was going to go 10 over on the last 3, but that is the way it went. So I was really happy to be back out on the golf course. It was great to see everybody, even beyond the people that I played golf with. I have a lot of friends out there. It's great to see them, great to talk to them. And I had a good weekend. I had fun. Yet, was a little frustrated that couldn't hold it together on Sunday, but it just is. I mean, it's where my game is. I was thrilled to put together 5 really good holes of golf, and even the 6th, saving bogey there was an accomplishment. And then, things went south. I would say that by the end of the day, and it was triple digits today, the heat had gotten to me. I think 16, 17, 18, I was feeling it. I was tired, was feeling a little dehydrated. It's not an excuse. It didn't have anything to do with my golf game. I just say it because it's a slog out there on the golf course in the summertime. And it was hot. It was hot on Sunday. So that's it, everybody. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. The quest continues. Nope, not where I'd like to be right now, but hey, that's part of the game. I'm going to keep at it, and I'm going to get better. I really do. I think I can work through some of these challenges I have, and I can have a really good kind of back 4 months of the year. It'll cool down a little bit, and, we still have time. We still have time to play some good golf between now and the end of the year. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. As always, would love to hear from you. The email address is in the show notes. Shoot me an email. I'll read and respond to everyone. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next week. If you made it this far, thank you. I can't tell you how much it means to me that you hung in there for the whole show. If you enjoyed it, please rate, review, and subscribe. And maybe even share it with a friend who is out there on their own golf journey. If you listen on Spotify, leave a comment or a question, or send me an email at breaking80over50@gmail.com. I promise I'll read every one. All music was provided by Epidemic Sound. I'll leave links to any of the content that I mentioned in the show notes. Keep swinging, keep smiling, and remember, it's a game. Get out there and have fun. Thanks, everybody.